Hello, I'm Kimberly and you're watching Simply Living in a Small Town. Today is Wednesday for me, and yet I'm still a little bit behind, but I plan to have a couple of videos. I'm going to actually go ahead and pre-record a couple more videos for the next couple of days, so to try to catch myself up to where I kind of wanted to be. I hope everyone is having a good day. And if you're watching this, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind, please subscribing. I would greatly appreciate that as well. So thank you so much for that. Today's video is going to be about the last week's makes, and then I'm also adding in FOs, finished objects. So I'm adding in FOs because, so the last year, I think, you know, we all do this. I've crocheted things, or at least started crocheting things and gotten halfway or something, and or even further than that for me, and then have just put it to the side. So that's why I have added some FOs into this, some objects that, in other words, that I have things that I had started in the last year but hadn't quite finished, and I kind of slowly wanted to add some of these into the time that I could now finish some of them up. I had thought back in, you know, it was probably earlier last month, that, wow, it would be great if I could literally just finish all my unfinished objects before the end of the year. But as soon as I had that thought, I pretty immediately realized that that's not, I'm not even going to put that kind of pressure on myself, because it's not realistic. Obviously, you know, at that point, we still had to go through Thanksgiving. Now Christmas is coming up. For me, I have a lot of things that I have to wrap up at the end of the year too. It's paperwork and things like that. So it basically wasn't even going to be an option to try to finish them all, even though I don't feel like I have that many. But I mean, I don't think I do really in comparison to some people. I think if I wanted to push myself to achieve that, I probably could, but I'm also making a lot of stuff for Christmas gifts, and I have too much going on that I don't want to push myself to do that. If I did do that, I would be just burnt out, wore out, and then I would really be unhappy with myself. So I have really tried to reinforce, most of this last year, I've really tried to reinforce to myself that I seriously need to slow down in general. Working, that is, like whatever work, whichever work it is, that, in other words, I needed to slow things down. Because I need to, for my physical health and my mental health as well. A lot of the time, I would feel like, well, I've done this a lot and had to realize it, but I have set unrealistic goals of achieving a certain amount of things in a day, and then never actually appropriating the actual amount of time that it would take to do said project. And then I would be unhappy with myself and be upset because I didn't even get like half that done. So, but nonetheless, I really have to gear things down. I've had, especially now, I'm really not feeling good overall. I've got some stuff going on right now, but kind of battling with my health insurance, to say one thing. And I've got some things that I need to take care of health-wise, and so that has just got to be my primary focus. My husband is one of those that he's practically daily, like, you know, telling me, like, you can't, you've got to stop and take care of your health first. And I don't think that it's not that I don't want to take care of my health, because I am working strides to do better, to help improve my life. But I think that it looks like to him, in other words, I'm always still trying to do too much. So he's always trying to remind me to, you know, think about my health first, because that's first and foremost what's most important, and he's right. So that's a little bit of what's going on right now. I apologize actually too if it's a little bit loud in my videos, like from traffic out front. I apologize for that. We actually live on a highway, and there is an extreme amount of traffic all day long, and literally the building that we live in is like less than 1,000 feet from from the highway. So it's loud a lot of the time. So, well, I'm glad she actually jumped up here. This is Amara. She's my special kitty. She just loves her mommy. We actually have 6 cats, and this is one of, I mean, they're all special to me, or to us, I should say. But this is really like, she's one of my girls here, like that she is very attached to her mama. So the great thing is that she actually jumped up here. I'm going to start with something, since she's actually sitting here, something that I just whipped up real quick. So if she'll let me put it on her. She's, oh, hang on. Hang on, you have to show everybody. I know. Oh, you're a baby. I know you is a baby. Okay. You have to show everybody. You're beautiful. So I made a, I'm calling this the Christmas cat poncho. It is literally, it's not my pattern on that. So this is a tutorial by Hopeful Turns. And I say that it was like a child size, or you could make it bigger type of poncho. However, I actually made a child size poncho, and then I got this idea. So, because why not, you know, like oh, it's okay. So this is, let's see if you can see this. So this is actually Christmas yarn that I just bought from Hobby Lobby. And as you can see, it's red, white, and green with the silver metallic strand. It's actually a metallic yarn from Hobby Lobby. But it's actually called Christmas, the colorway. And she's a ham, if you didn't notice. So, but she loves, like, I mean, well, she probably don't love it. I don't know about that. But I say, I've had this on her several times. She doesn't care. She's fine with it. She actually has kind of acted like it's a mini blanket and just went to sleep with it on. So, anyway, with the tutorial that I watched from Hopeful Turns, it's another channel on YouTube. She, in that, I originally was watching it to make a child's poncho, And whilst I was doing that, I got the idea then I thought, oh my gosh, it'd be cute if I just made it like tiny. And, you know, for my cat, to make a cat poncho. I thought, why not? I've always wanted to make some little cute wearables for my cats, if that's what you call them, wearables. But you know, especially too with Christmas coming, I thought it would be so cute. So I just love this. This yarn actually has in it though, I don't think you could really see it, but there's some spots that almost look black, and it's not actually black. It's like where the dye went from like the green and that, and it's almost looks like a midnight blue color. But this yarn is very pretty. I really like it, and it's just about as soft as the regular. I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. So, but yes, my cat's just like, I mean, she has no problem with this. She says whatever, like it's fine, and she likes it. So, excuse me, sorry about that. So this is one of the items that I just made, or I should say one of my makes from this last week anyway. And I just threw this together, and I just literally, in the tutorial, she says to make your initial chain for the neckline, a multiple of 8, and I just chained, to see where it would fit around my cat's neck, but I ended up chaining 32, and it seemed to be perfect. And now she's trying to hide. And I have actually tried it on, no, 3 of my cats. I was gonna say 4. I've tried it on 3 of my cats so far, and it looks so cute on all of them. I just have to say. And all 3 that I tried it on had no problem with it. They just were like, okay. So that is one thing that I just made. Now, I don't know how I'm going to show you the rest unless she's going to get down here. Here, hang on. Your foot's, okay. Her foot was stuck for a second. No, come on, here. So here's, there it is up close. And it's, I don't know, this is almost like creating a wearable for a doll, basically, kind of a thing, because I thought about that too. That might be the next thing for my daughter, because she has some American dolls. So there's that. So the initial thing, or the initial poncho that I was creating, that this is a child size, so this is going to be a Christmas gift too. And this is that same pattern by Hopeful Turns. And it's just basically a granny square poncho. And then the only thing else that I added was I added this right here. That's just a foundation chain, just to have a little bow at the top. And I just slipped it through the holes. Now, if you watched a previous video, this yarn probably looks familiar, this colorway. It is actually the Happy Rainbow, well, Happy Rainbow. The big twist yarn, value yarn. It's 100% acrylic from Joann, and that's 269 yards. So what I was going to show, if you hadn't seen that, this is where I had made, it's the same yarn that I had made this hat out of, that I had on a previous video. It's the same yarn. And my daughter, My daughter wants one of these. This is the Strawberry Shortcake tutorial by Cinnamon Stitches is what this was, the pattern is. But my daughter wanted one exactly like this. So I have not made that yet, even though I am going to make her one. But what I'm saying is for this hat, with the, is it 269 yards? Yes. I made this hat and this little poncho, little child's poncho. And then, so literally with that, all I have left is literally this little yarn ball. So not very much at all is left. And I say that, but that's out of 2 skeins, not 1. That's out of 2, because I had 2 of them. So now I'm going to have to get some more, obviously, so I can create this hat for my daughter. So this little poncho is a gift for Christmas too. Sorry about that. I had an itch for a second. So I had this, this is this blanket that I had showed before. That is the rectangle granny square blanket. So I have finished it. Oh, I have it. Well, now I say it's finished. Now don't mind me, because I have I still have a couple tails to weave in. So I consider it finished, because I will sit down tonight and do that. That's that way. And then this, of course, this is just, I made this to be Afghan size. I still can't pick it all up. So there's my tail, one of them. So I made this to be, it's a pretty decent size. I did not measure it. I kind of just, while sitting on the couch, you know, I kept checking, okay, you know, is this big enough to wrap around? Because this is for my son. And I mean, basically it's big enough for a Afghan / fro, whatever. So this is done minus weaving in the tails. And like I said, I'll do that tonight, because I'm going to need to go ahead and start wrapping some of this. So in other words, I'll put this back in my bag and do that tonight. So I consider it done. I do think it turned out nice, even though it's just, it doesn't pattern out the same kind of as some of the other yarn, I guess, because of the colorway. But nonetheless, my son's gonna love this, so that's really all that matters. It's that he will be happy with that. Okay, so I have, so sorry about that. That blanket, again, if you wanted to know, it's the I love this yarn. That's what I was going to say too, was I was going to mention I use 5 full skeins of yarn, and then like this, not much off this one at all. So I got this last week when it was 30% off. So it was $3.57 a skein. Well, I mean, I had gotten 2 more skeins, because obviously I wasn't starting from scratch. But anyway, so I had purchased 2 more skeins. So it was $3.57. It was $3.57 each. So for the most part, this is the 6th skein here. So I only used 5 plus a little off this one. So I feel like for about less than $20, I made a whole blanket. So I'm thrilled with that, like, too. I was going to mention that because, I mean, I think, because when you're creating blankets, they can get super, super expensive. I mean, I've seen people spend $100 and some just on the yarn. So, you know, so this is kind of a thing that, in other words, like that, you know, I'm a thrifty kind of frugal person too. So anyway, I thought that was like great that, you know, about 20 bucks for the whole blanket. So there's that. So next okay, no, I do have something else I made. This isn't like something bigger. Obviously this is smaller. I finally made a cat hat. This is a bag of day pattern that she had. I want to say it's maybe been 2 or a little more than 2 months ago that she had this tutorial up, and I thought it might even been 3 months. But of course, my family are cat lovers, especially my daughter and I. So I knew that I needed to make it. So I finally got around to making this, and I thought it turned out cute. I think, even though I think one of my ears might be a little bit wonky, but anyway, I still think it turned out cute. And of course, my daughter has seen it, and she had said that she wanted one, of course, you know. But when I originally showed her the tutorial when it first came out, like I said, oh my, look, you know, she is, oh, you've got to make some of those, Mama, because she's like, that's so cute. So I still have a hat to make her, a cat hat, that is. I'm probably just going to make her like a pink one or something. We were already talking. Oh, no, that's not even accurate. I'm sorry. I forgot. I was thinking pink. My daughter said orange because she's into the Warrior Cats, which is a book series. And then they even have like some of the, I want to say anime or cartoon type clips on YouTube or whatever. But she's all completely into Warrior Cats. So she said specifically that she wanted her cat hat to be orange to represent a certain cat. And I don't remember which cat it was, honestly, unfortunately. Don't be mad at me, Ava, if you see this. So, so I still have to make her a cat hat, but I want to still make several more. And actually, I say that I do want to make a pink one, though, for my... Since my daughter didn't want a pink one, I'm actually planning to make a pink one for my niece because she's a cat lover too. And I thought she would love that for Christmas, and she just loves cats just like we do. So there's my cat hat. And this is, oh, look how that shows up, the sparkly. This yarn, I apologize for this, but this, I know what yarn it is. It's from Mary Maxim, and it's the Shimmer or the Starlet. I can't remember which one, but I think it's the Starlet. But anyway, it has the metallic-y silver, you know, thread in it. So it's very sparkly, which I really like. So there's that. And then I am winding down to two FOs that are finished objects from this last year that I had not gotten done until this last week. So because I'm trying to go ahead and actually whip some of these out because was not much left. I mean, there's like a lot of them, there's not much left. So I'm kind of trying to go through and do a little bit here and there. So this was something, well, it's not something. This is a cowl that I made. I didn't mean it the way it sounded. This is a cowl that I made last winter. And it's kind of long, basically. Now, I did not bring the band from the cake up here, and I would have to actually even look for it, but I do know. So this is like, it's a Karen cake, and it's called rhubarb cream. And I just love this. I actually made this for myself. I just think it's so pretty. And you could just leave it like this, basically, if you want to. Or they can kind of fix it like shorter. And I thought that it just turned out really cute. And I love the colors in it. And this is when I was making it, I'm like, this is for me. So I am keeping this because usually, like, I don't create a lot of stuff specifically for me because I'm pretty disciplined with myself that way. So yeah, this was one of the things that I actually made. I'm like, when I was making it, I was like, oh, I love these colors and look how that is looking, and that is gonna be mine. So yeah, I kept it. Now the only thing that I did was it's actually all been done, and it was just a scarf, but I sewed it together, so it's just all one piece basically. But I super love this. The colors are just so pretty. I mean, to me they are anyway. It's almost, this is like a light kind of a peach, a real pretty pink, and a couple kind of almost like purple. Well, this is a darker purple, but I mean, even this is almost kind of like a lighter purple than that. Not light, but lighter. I cannot tell you though how many yards were in that cake because I didn't bring it upstairs with me, and like I said, I would have to dig and look for that because I have it. And it's literally like probably down there in a tote that this was in, but I didn't see it, so I'm sorry. I forgot about it until later. But what I will say is this is what I have left, and yes, I still need to wind this up, but this is what I have left, even though I made this pretty long. So I have quite a bit, and this is a piece I cut off to weave, to sew this together, because it's kind of like a flesh tone color, or very, very light peach. So I had quite a bit of this left, so I haven't decided yet. I was thinking about, I mean, this was even last winter. I might make myself like a smaller, skinnier cowl. I'm not sure yet. But I do love, again, it's called rhubarb cream. And I know they sell it at Michael's, so I just love the colors of that. And I love how this turned out. So the last thing I have to show y'all is a a poncho. I'll get it out in a second here. So I have another poncho. Now this is another FO because this poncho I actually made I made this last summer. So I made a ton of ponchos this last summer, but this was one of them, and I started making it, and my daughter claimed that it was hers. Okay, that was not my original. I was just making it, you know, to sell. But my daughter, she claimed it was hers, so, you know, so it's hers, you know, how that goes. If you have children, you know what I mean. So yeah, she claimed it was hers, and then that was it. So, because I was making an adult size poncho, the neckline for this is bigger than what I really needed for her. So I'm going to show you the poncho. Which turned out, I mean, this is Lion brand Mandala yarn, and I love it. It's a 3-weight yarn. And yes, I have a lot of hand problems, but I had no problem with that yarn at all. I bought a lot of these Lion brand Mandala 3-weight yarns, and I love it. And this colorway is actually called Nifflers. And then these cakes are 590 yards, 100% acrylic, 150 grams, and 5.3 ounces. Now, when I was talking about the neckline being a little big, so do not, these are not going to stay on here. This is a FO, even though I still have something to do here. These right here is where I'm actually have made straps for this. So I have literally just made little straps that will be sewn on here for my child, for my daughter, on both sides. So that, because, now she's had this on, so it actually looks okay on her. Like, on that part, this actually looks okay on her. It looked fine, but it looked like it was hanging down, I think a little much, and I was concerned if she wore it, that because, you know, it'll loosen up over kind of wearing or what. So I was concerned that, you know, I didn't want it to slide like down any further on her shoulders. So that's why I have just literally taken the same yarn and just, you know, single crocheted a couple of straps that I'm going to sew on there later tonight. So again, I consider that a finished object because that'll take me a few minutes and it'll be done. So, and like I said, she's already had it on, but she has not actually worn it out anywhere or anything yet. So I was just concerned that it would kind of loosen up, you know, with wear and such. So I got to do that, and then that'll be done. And I'm just trying to finish up, you know, a few things here and there that I started throughout the year, and at least try to get some of these finished up, because that makes me feel a little bit better. I have a lot of plans for a lot of different projects coming up, and it's a good feeling, I know, to accomplish previous projects, you know, and get those done. It's a really good feeling. So that's today's video. I'm trying to look and see if I had anything else. That's today's video for Makes and FOs anyway. And like I said, I'll be pre-recording a couple more videos so that I have a couple more videos to roll out, because I have had several that in mind to do and just haven't gotten it done. So I'm trying to get things smoothed out and a little better here. So working on that. I hope everyone has a wonderful evening, and God bless everyone. Thank everyone that has watched my videos, and including this one if you're still watching. Thank you so much. Till next time. Bye. Bye now.